I'm talking about old things. Yeah, it's time for the letter, y'all. What's up, everybody joining us? Speaking of the old thing that is still new and it still keeps happening. What's up? Hey, we were just talking about you, Janice. She just came in. All right. So it is time for our Ask PDA Letter segment of the show. And we broadcast this live on Periscope as we stream live on YouTube as well. And before we can do any of that, of course, you know what I have to do. I have to play our disclaimer. So we don't get sued. Not that y'all would sue us anyway, because I just told y'all we ain't had shit. But we're about to give some advice to one of our listeners who wrote in this letter and they want to get our advice. So let me go ahead and get this disclaimer done and so we can get the letter. Woo, y'all. Let me mute y'all.
Playing devil's advocate is meant to be a forum for open, honest, and more importantly, judgment-free dialogue. The opinions expressed here may not necessarily be those of our host or the show in general, but we're willing to have the uncomfortable conversation so that we can heal and find solutions for our listeners and quite possibly ourselves. Enjoy the rest of the show.
All right, today's Ask PDA Letter is being brought to you by our producer's drink of the week, and that drink was called Gin Fizz. If you have not had a chance to look at it and check it out, shame on you. It's a good one, and you are missing a treat. Go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/playing devil's advocate. Check out the drink of the week. Let her know what you think, and it's time for me to go ahead and read this letter. Dear PDA, I need your advice on how I should handle this. I've been seeing this guy Lewis for almost 2 years and things have been really good. We spend lots of time together. He's very attentive and thoughtful. He's very communicative with me and even on the simplest things. When he makes plans with his friends, he checks with me first to make sure I didn't want to do something together. He encourages me to hang out with my friends and tells me about his nights out with his friends without provocation. Here's the thing. 2 weekends ago, he and a few of his boys had a bachelor weekend for his boy Trent, who lives out of town. Trent gave me he even gave me the itinerary before, called me during, and gave me a blow-by-blow recap when he came back. Sounds good, right? Well, fast forward to last weekend at our monthly game night, I met this Trent for the first time. And as I was shooting the breeze with him, I made an offhand comment about their bachelor weekend shenanigans. He laughed it off and said, yeah, it was a wild one, but it all turned out beautiful. What struck me wasn't what he said. It was the way he said it. Now, being a woman, my intuition told me to dig a little deeper in the way that only we women can when we're gathering intel. But I could have never prepared myself for the tea he spilled. Yeah, they on Periscope talking about, uh-oh. Long story short, he thought I was just Lewis's homegirl. And the real dirt is he was not the bachelor/groom-to-be. Lewis was. Apparently, Lewis had also been with another woman and was engaged to her for 2 years. And they got married that weekend. Now, I played it off and didn't say anything so I could get more info. PDA family, I've been holding on this for a week, almost a week. And he doesn't know that I know. And I need y'all to tell me what to do. Signed, it's all a lie. So, folks on Periscope, y'all get to type in now. And then I'll tell y'all when to hit send. I thank y'all for the hearts. I'm about to give my 2 cents on this. Give you your advice. It's all a lie. And then I'll go to Sporty Spunky Angel. And also go to our birthday boy Slap with his to see if they have anything different for what I have to say. Now, you gave me all these details. You set me up with the whole, I didn't know where you were going with this. It's all a lie. I didn't know if he was gay. I didn't know what the heck he was about to tell me. But what I am going to say to you is that when you found out that he just got married, what is there left to talk about? Literally, he was living a double life. You know, he was all attentive and all of those things because he was practicing for you, with you, for what he was going to do with his real wife. Right? So, now that he's married and he's no longer on the market, let him be married and off the market. I don't know how you could hold on to this for since Friday or this weekend. I don't know how you could do that. I don't even know how you sat through that damn party, the rest of that game night. It would have been a whole nother event. They'd have been talking about something totally different when the night was over. But I do commend you on your restraint, because you did exercise a lot of restraint. Fact of the matter is this: I never tell anybody to leave their man or their woman. However, I will say he's not yours. Period, point blank. He has told you what he thinks about you. I told you guys once before, and I said it earlier when I referenced Victor Cruz. How you find out that a person cheats on you is directly reflective of what they think of you. It's directly proportionate to what they think of you. So if he just totally put himself out to be somebody else and married somebody right under your nose, he was calling you during all of this. You thinking it's the bachelor party for his boy Trent, but it's his own bachelor party? Child, please. Do you even want to be with this person after that? Baby, bye. Don't call his wife. Don't call his friends. Don't have no monthly game nights with this dude. Count this as a loss and walk it out. That's all I got to say about that. I'm going to go to Sporty Spunky Angel. Felix the cat is in the building. All the Bernie Macs people are showing up today. What's up, y'all? That's my Who You With family. Let me tell y'all, they are showing out on our Periscope. Thank y'all much for the hearts. I'm about to open up the mic, see what my counterparts here have to say about this particular thing, because I know they got a whole lot they want to get off of their chest. I'm just a little nervous. Go for it, Sporty.
Like a canary. I wouldn't have held nothing. Clearly, because he's hearing tell all of this. He is coming out underneath. We should have been everything and it's all coming down over here. I mean, he has no respect for you, for himself, or for anything. You guys, something. What you want to do to figure out? You need to let go of it, him, all of it, everything. It's a wrap. It's a done deal. Girl, bye. I'm too true. I'm going to put my family. He's not strong enough for what you share with me, baby. Yes.
I honestly, I think it's really sad. I think that the sad part of the fact that she doesn't know her work. She's in a relationship willingly with a man that she knows is married to someone else, and not only is he married to someone else, he got married to this other chick while he was involved with you, so he don't give a fuck about you, and you're okay with that. And I think that's what's really that really sad. I mean, in other circles, like if I was with my guy, then I'll probably laugh, because basically you're the duck in this whole situation. But it's just really sad that you just don't know who you are or what you're doing. So.
Well, I'm going to say this. I want to see what some of you guys have to say on Periscope. But I will say to you guys, and to this lady, I'm sorry that you had to find out that you had been with somebody for 2 years to find out he was somebody totally different. The reality of the situation is, as Sporty said it, you dodged a bullet. Because Think about how you would feel if you were in her situation. You're marrying a man who is completely involved in an entirely separate relationship. So in a lot of ways, both of y'all were the other woman in your own relationships and didn't even know it. Right? And you thought it was all hunky-dory. He groomed you for this position. And I'm going to tell you why. Had you read my book, The Other Woman Code of Conduct, right? He groomed you for this. Because what he did was, he was the perfect man. He did everything right. He didn't trip when you hung out with your friends. He communicated with you. He talked. He listened. He told you what was going on. He asked you for your permission to hang out with his boys to see if you had something planned, like it was more important, all that other good stuff. He groomed you into believing he was someone that he wasn't. So when this day came about, when he actually did get married, because he talked to you the whole weekend, right? He probably called you after they said I do at the Justice of the Peace, right? He's expecting you, and seeing as though you haven't even said anything and you didn't pop off or turn up at that time, he groomed you for this. Because his intention is to stick around and to still have you. I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know. Because one thing in my book, I said, never let your worlds collide. He let you sit there and chop it up with Trent, knowing all the while Trent was there, knowing that he was marrying somebody else. You don't think Trent done had a couple drinks and at the game night done spilled the dirt? Come on, man. You missing. All right. For those of you guys on Periscope, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for the hearts. We appreciate it. We are broadcasting both on Periscope and YouTube. So if you want to catch out the rest of the show that we're doing, and the topic is, you almost got away with it. And he almost got away with it. What for and not for Trent opening his mouth? Yes, it is, Felix. He said that's some low stuff. Had it been not for Trent running his mouth, you would have your other woman already set up, and this would all be good. But you weren't smart enough to not let your worlds collide. Trent lives out of town. You should have kept his ass out of town where you had him. All right, yours on Periscope. Follow us on YouTube. Ooh, our producer has something to say. Go for it.
That is dress up in wedding dress, somebody else's wedding dress, and meet him at the front door with a knife in her hand and say, we're going to get married tonight. And see what happens. That's what you can do.
I don't think that, clearly if her daddy was around, she wasn't, one, this probably never would have happened. Two, she couldn't have held on to this from when she found out this past weekend. She couldn't have held on to it for this long. This letter came in to me last night. I was on the phone with Sporty when it came in. So clearly she's been holding on to this since Friday. Yesterday was Tuesday. So she's been holding on to it for this long. If she had a daddy, she wouldn't have been able to hold this. Daddy would have been all up in that. But let me go ahead and let these folks go off of Periscope. Go to facebook.com/playing devil's advocate. Click on the link. Catch the rest of the show. We're talking about a whole bunch of things. We talk about Victor Cruz getting caught up with his fiance, sending the text message to all his other women. Where's this dude that got married? Apparently he's still there checking in with her every day, like he always doing, acting like ain't nothing different. I don't know. She didn't tell us in the letter, so I don't know. But make sure that you check. Wait. Hold on, Sporty. Let me wrap it up with the people here on Periscope. All right, guys, on Periscope, I'll see y'all next week. For those of you guys on YouTube, we're going to let them go. I'll bid you guys adieu. Nighty-night.